Welcome to Body Moves for Life. Again, John Archer, your host. Today I want to talk a bit about working your ankles. You know, we walk on our ankles every day and we don't think about them, we take them for granted. But when they start hurting and not serving us well, all of a sudden everything under us feels unstable. So I want to talk about how to keep your ankles strong and in shape so over the years your ankles will serve you well. I want to start with simply talking about learning to sit on your ankles in this manner. As you can see, my ankles are basically flat down, and if you're not used to sitting this way, it can be really difficult. From this position, if you have done this a while, you can even begin to lift up your knees, and if that's even easy, you can lift your hands and just support on your ankles. If you're not used to any of this at all, what you can do is you can simply put your hands down to take some of the pressure off and slowly see if you can work towards getting close to sitting on your heels. Now, again, the hands can take the pressure off. This could also pull through the quadriceps here, and of course, if you lie back, that will really pull through the quadriceps. But we're really going to focus here on the ankles. Just sitting in this position for a few minutes will really pull and stretch the top part of your ankles, and maybe enough to really work those for now. But you do want to continue to work those daily, because this top part of your ankle is a part of your foot that may not get stretched very much, and it needs to be stretched. The back part of your ankles, where the Achilles tendons are, you can simply sit in a similar fashion, but with your toes tucked under, and it will begin to stretch the Achilles tendon area, the back part of your ankle. If that's pretty comfortable, you can do that a little bit. Of course, that's a really good stretch across the bottom of your foot as well. But you can push up here like this, and in this manner, you can also stretch the back part of your ankles, just simply sitting here and balancing. Now, to put a little bit more strain and stress on the back part of your ankles, it's also good to do this type of sprint type take-off position, and you can basically go from one ankle to the other. Notice that my knees are bent. This puts the stretching more on the ankles, as opposed to here with the leg straight, it's more of the calf, this lower part of the leg here. So if you notice, with my knees bent, I'm going back and forth from foot to foot. But you can also work on the different parts of the back part of the ankle. And so notice if I turn my heels this way and this way, I'm getting each side. And you can just change that up a little bit by going kind of pigeon-toed or with the toes out. Just working on every single angle that you can get to get the back part of the ankle. It's a pretty good stretch. So we've got the top part of the ankle here and the back part of the ankle here. Now, we also have the sides of our ankle. So we have the outside and the inside. The inside is a really strange place to stretch. We'll do that one last. The outside can be done in quite a few different ways. Simply sitting in this butterfly position and turning your heels in this way will stretch in some, but it's not a very, successful stretch, if you will. And so what I'll often do is I'll often kind of stand in this position and then just roll my ankles over. Now, if that's a little bit too much pressure on your ankles at first, you may just want to kind of squat and work on using your hands here and getting a little bit of turn in that ankle, and then a little bit turn in that ankle. And that way you have support with your hands, and you don't have all of your weight down on your ankles. Once you get used to it, this is not too bad of this is a wonderful stretch, because you have more weight pulling down and stretching the outsides of your ankles. But again, this is a pretty good way to do it, and this is as well. Now, I talked about the inside of the ankle here. It's not very common that you have the ankle twisting this way. And to really get this stretch here, one of the ways that I mostly found that is from one of the other exercises that I talk about when I work on the splits or the hip joints. And this has to do with this motion here, where I go from side to side, but that's not actually where that's applied. It's when we go side to side and work each side, but we roll over. As you see, as I roll with a straight leg, right there is where I'm stretching that ankle kind of out like this. If I go to the other side and I roll, you see that ankle gets stretched right there. And as I roll the hip, it really stretches the inside right across here on the ankle. I do the same thing here. I roll, you can see right here, this is getting stretched. So I'm rolling this part of the foot, and I'm rolling this part of the foot, okay? And I'm sitting on my feet and lifting, okay? And I'm also putting the weight on my ankles and just hang. And I'm also doing these bent knee Achilles stretches on each side of the heel, left and right, pigeon-toed and toes out. Now that's a pretty good workout on the ankles. If you literally, it won't take but 1 or 2 minutes, you know, a couple of minutes each day as you do your regular body movement routine, your ankles will stay pretty strong. When I was younger, I sprained my ankles a lot playing baseball, softball, running, and my ankles never were, I never warmed them up or warmed them up not very well. And as a result, you know, I would sprain them. I get a real big ball on the side of my ankle, swollen, have to ice it, put ice heat, really work on getting that swelling down with the ice and blood circulation going with the heat. And it would take me a long time to get those to heal, and they just stayed weak. When I was younger, I literally could not sit on this ankle here because I had sprained it so bad. And it took me about 2 years to be able to sit on it and eventually lift this up. And I thought I would never be able to, but it took about 2 years to loosen that back up. And now this one's not quite as loose as the other one, but it's pretty comfortable and it doesn't hurt or bother me when I stretch it. I remember I was in a martial arts class one day, and my master instructor was doing an ankle lock, and he kind of felt some play in it and he heard it pop. He said, "Oh, you're going to have arthritis in that one day." And I thought, well, I don't want to. And now that I do these body moves daily, I find that my ankles are much stronger. They still pop some, but they don't feel weak. And the more that I do them, I'm anticipating them to pop less as the ligaments and tendons continue to stretch and strengthen, and all the muscles in that area. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little snippet about ankles, and I hope you'll take care of your ankles. I look forward to seeing you again next time on Body Moves for Life. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Bye-bye.